Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a request and it's about my dance journey or my dance story. I started dancing when I was 4 years old, and the reason I started was that when I was 4 years old we lived in a different part of the country because my dad went to school there, and my mom was on maternity leave with my sister, so the whole family moved to the other side of the country. And during that time I went to a sort of preschool, and there was 2 girls there who took ballet classes in a nearby town, and I also wanted to start it, but my mom said no, we're going home in a few months, so you have to wait until that. So when we got home she signed me up for pre-ballet. Also, I was quite shy as a child, but on stage I never felt that shyness. I was just quite confident there, so I think that strengthened me a lot later on in life. So performing has been a great opportunity, or a great way to, I think, to work a bit with my shyness also. I did 2.5 years of the pre-ballet, and when I was 7 I started taking real ballet classes. And for our first performance we were sort of fairies, and here's a picture of that, and that's also my sister. And I do remember, because we had an older student who was with us on stage so we wouldn't get lost, or I don't know, and she was on point, and I was like impressed with her. She was on point. Oh my god, I want to do that too someday. So yeah, it was a great inspiration also. But it was really fun. When I was 9 years old I got my first paid ballet job or whatever. I was casted in a performance during the summer that had also professionals in it, and I was cast as a sheep, and basically it's a Swedish old folk tale that a choreographer had to put up, and it's all this special with this is that it's performed outside in a sort of a dead waterfall. The audience is sitting on cliffs around the stage, and it's really beautiful, and it's just the nature and natural, I don't want to say, but it's very beautiful. I continued with ballet, and only ballet, for the upcoming years. When I was 16 and started high school, I went to a special dance program. So I had dance during school, and you could say it's like a preparatory for being able to take dance at university level. So, and then we started with more contemporary and jazz. Those main 3 we did a bit of tap, and during those years I think I evolved quite a lot. And when I graduated I applied for some schools for a professional education. Unfortunately I didn't get in when I left the first year when I graduated from high school, so I took a lot of classes the upcoming year and worked really hard so I would be able to get in the next coming year. And unfortunately I was sick when one of the auditions were, so I missed the one for one school, and for the other one I had a bad day, so I didn't get in. So, but after that I started to think of it, is this really what I want to do? So, and I thought, maybe not. So I took the decision, or I don't know, maybe we took the decision that no, I'm not aiming for a professional career. With those decisions, when I started to think about, okay, which university do I want to go to? Fine, okay, I want to go into fashion, study fashion, because that was my other big interest. So I decided to move because I had to move, because I couldn't study fashion where I lived. I had to move. Yeah, before I moved, I moved during the summer. We had our final performances with the current studio I was at then. And there was a teacher I had for, I think I started dancing classes for her when I was 9, and then I was 19, 20, I don't remember. So, I will say, whatever. But I had taken classes for her for a really long time, and also when I went to high school I had her as a ballet teacher. And we were doing kind of special performance. We had a live music, so she had invited one of the local newspapers to one of our rehearsals. And before that, it was like, oh, let's see who's going to be in the paper tomorrow. And during my whole dancing years, when the paper has been to any of our performances, I always been cut out of paper. Like you could see my hand, or you could like see, okay, if you had moved the camera slightly to the left, I would have been there. So I wasn't so, I don't mind if the paper is there, like they're never gonna put me in the paper. So the next morning I went to check the paper just for fun to see. And there was a big 3 pictures in this article, and it was 2 small with the choreographers and 1 big with 1 person mainly in shot. And that person was me. And I do hate this picture, but I'm still quite proud of it, so I'm gonna show you. And it's just like this is caught in the moment, because I didn't notice the photographer or anything, but I was just there and I was just doing my thing, the thing I was supposed to do, and he took a picture. Yeah, so I'm really proud of it, but I'm still sort of hate it. The main point with this story, or this part of my whole story, is that we had the same day as the paper came, we had another rehearsal. And I walked there a bit more confident because, oh, I got in the paper. I was a bit like, yeah, not cocky. I used just like feel a bit more lifted up. And got there, no one said a word. And I didn't mind, I didn't want to beg. No one even talked about the article, which I thought was a bit odd that he mentioned it, but I didn't mind, because I'm not that kind of person. But we come to the day of our performance, and we were backstage some way before, and we were all wearing white, and we were supposed to bring our own clothes. And I remember I was wearing a white tunic with some beading on it and some sequin. And my teacher gave me a compliment for that and said it was a beautiful tunic. Thank you. Then she turns her back to me, because she was not standing very close to me. She was a couple of meters away, and then she said something. I don't exactly remember what it was, but it wasn't so nice. She was talking about me behind my back. I was like, whoa, that was odd. But I didn't think about that anymore. We did a performance, I moved away. I come here in Gothenburg, start taking classes here, and during those upcoming months, I realized that the teacher noticing me. I felt like, whoa, I felt like different with the teachers. They're actually noticing me more. I mean, that might sound odd, but I never thought about this before. But here I felt that the teachers saw me, they gave me corrections, and they were noticing me in class. I just felt that, and I never felt like this back home. Never, ever, ever have I felt that being noticed in class. Is this the way it's supposed to be? So I was here for a year, and then I moved back home again because I felt like, oh no, I miss it. Maybe this isn't right. So I went home, back to the same studio again. I had a different teacher. So it was after class, my first class for that new studio during the semester. And my old teacher, she had a class afterwards or something. So I was walking through a door like this. Then if you know this is someone you have taken class for or had in your classes since she was 9, you say hello. I mean, I haven't changed that much. She was stroked straight past me. Didn't say a thing. And then I started to realize, she really hates me. She don't like me at all. I don't know what I do, but I think this, that I got in the paper, bugged her so much. Because the reason with her is that she favors people. She had a lot of favorites, and I wasn't one of them. She wanted her favorites to be in the paper. And they took the picture of me. And that was like it. But then I got back here anyway. If I compared taking classes here in Gothenburg and then taking classes back home, for her, it's like night and day. So, well. Anyway, leaving that story, but it's still a big, big part of how I evolved after that. I moved back here again 2 years later, so I sort of quit. I didn't quit, I took a break for some reason for about 8-9 years ago, and just took like 1 class a semester or even that for a few years, still for those 8 to 9 years. And then 2 years ago, I decided, or more than 2.5 now, I decided to go back because I was really missing dancing. I didn't take class for real for such a long time. And also was this time I found Catherine Morgan's YouTube channel. And she really inspired me, and I felt like, oh, I miss dance, I want to go back. I want to feel that again, just being so happy with dance, because I missed that a lot. So I had to make the decision that in January I will be back in class. And I was. And that was January 2015. The funny thing is, because when you've been away for class for so long, you sort of, you know things, but your body has sort of forgot it. And you want to, but you can't. And we had a substitute in that class, and he said such a thing that it's like having all of the ingredients, but not the whole recipe. And I just felt, yeah, that's how I feel right now, but it's gonna work. And I did. I worked really hard, and I also changed the way I thought about dance. Because before, I sort of danced for, I don't know, not proving myself, or I think I didn't think about the struggle. I just want to be seen, and I felt somewhere underneath, but I didn't realize that I really struggled for my teacher. See me, hi, I'm here. See me also, I'm also here. But then I changed it. I said, no one else for me, no one else, for me, just me. And I felt happy to, and then it changed me a lot. I improved much faster. I suddenly could, I've been struggling. I remember struggling with things before, and now it just came. I don't know why, but I felt the way, because I changed the way I looked at my dancing. It also changed something else with me, and suddenly I was improving much faster. And you notice when you're improving, you get more yes, and then you want to be more. And I just felt more passionate now. I mean, dancing has always been my passion, but now it's even more. I just want to go back. I want to struggle. I want to fight. I want to work even harder. And about a year ago, and still to this day, I felt this bit surreal. It was after class, and I hadn't really felt like, yeah, I had a good class today. You know, those days when everything is there. You jump good, you turn good. It's like one of those perfect, very rare days. And I was feeling really good with myself afterwards, and I was doing some stretching outside the studio, and he just walked by, and I thought he was gonna say thanks for a great class, what he usually do. Then he just came up to me and he shook my hand, and I was like, whoa. Say thank you for a great class. You know how much you're improving. And I was like, oh. He said, you work really well, amazing work, and a really great class or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And I was like, whoa, I think I grew like a meter or something. Like, whoa, thank you. Because that's one of those things that never happened to me before. And then you get these little things, those real recognitions for your hard work, and you want to even work even harder. So that makes me, yeah. Now, I'm just going to continue till the day that my body says, no, sweetie, you can't dance anymore because you're too old or something, but I don't feel old, so. And still continue dancing for me. And I think that's my biggest tip I can give to anyone, is to dance for you. Don't try to do it for anyone else, because the way I see it, when I then try to prove to other people, I wasn't quite happy. I think that was also why I did quit or leave it for a couple of years. So when you're dancing for yourself, that's when the passion comes through, and the real dancing and the love you have for it. So, hopefully this is not 26 minutes when the last one I shoot this was. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you also to the person who requested this one. If you have any other requests of videos that you want me to do, you can leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. At least I try to please upload videos every single Friday. I'm going to work even harder with that. Also, I wish you a very pleasant